Hey guys, at Northern Lines, I can't fix it, but I went to their shopping haul and this is the first thing that I got. It's a stretchy banana. I'm not gonna stretch it out all the way. Then I got this. So let me show you what it actually is. Ta-da. It's a phone holder thing, and that this part goes down. And then it's a collapsible, like, phone holder, tablet holder thing, because I can't do live stream too much, because my phone, like, sometimes, to be honest, I try to keep my phone charged and keep a charger with me at all points, but every once in a while I choose to do a live stream and I can't, my phone needs to be on the charger, and then I can't get it on the charger and stuff because it will fall over. And but the thing that's great is this has this area, so it's literally made specifically so I can be charging my phone and doing a live stream at one, and it's grippy. The third item that I got actually is coming in the mail, and I'm very excited about it. And at Nora, I'm a hot mess right now. Which is squad earrings. So I act like a baby when it comes to changing out my earrings. I generally do. And what I mean by that is I get really terrified. I hate changing out my earrings, but I push myself to do it. Because the first few times it hurt a little bit, but it didn't really hurt that bad. It wasn't that bad. I feel like it didn't even really hurt. It was more of just it was more of just me in my head. And then it was more just me in my head and not really anything to do with it actually hurting, because it didn't even really hurt that bad. And it was it just felt weird. It didn't even hurt, it just felt weird. And so I think I freaked out more over the fact that it felt weird, and that was kind of a thing. Then, but it wasn't bad at all. So, the thing is that I get really freaked out. My dad changes them out for me, as I basically just hold on to the towel wrap for a minute. Once it's done, then it's just more that it feels really weird, and I get freaked out to where I don't actually do. And the reason is because, first up for me, because I always think it's gonna hurt when it never does. So for that reason, it makes it hard for me to focus and find the hole and all of this stuff. It becomes a lot, so my dad does it. And then so yeah. But I also want to talk with you for a minute about a few things. First, I'm excited because for me, I'm excited about the squad earring from the new collection that Piper launched. I only buy Piper's merch because truth be told, hers is usually the place that has cheaper merch, and it's still supporting the squad, so that's nice. And so yeah, that's always nice. And from the new collection of basically, I think it's like jewelry, it's mostly jewelry and stuff. And the thing is that was kind of annoying was at first I didn't know some of the stuff was, like, at one point they had a collection of stuff. They had like some heart, like slime drip sunglasses and some different things, and I didn't know it was limited time only, and so I like waited and waited, and then all of a sudden I was finally ready to like buy merch, and then all of the cheap stuff was like all of the stuff under $20 was like gone, like it disappeared from the website, and it clicked in my brain, oh, it's limited time only. But I love squad stuff. Like for me, when I get like a petite and pretty package or like a squad package, it's like Christmas for me. Like I get so excited over it. And with JoJo stuff. Then today I wrapped some Christmas presents. That was fun because Bella and Skylar's Christmas gift got here today, and I had one for Sam plus another one for Sam because we got him another one today, and which I can't say because he's in the room. And also we had one for my sister's grandson that came a while ago. So I wrapped that, plus I have a lot more coming because I have my sister still coming, and I have my dad's, my mom's. I'm gonna be honest here, and I'm gonna say something. Truth be told, I ordered something for my niece, and I don't remember what it is. Then, yeah, so like, plus I have a little girl that I teach dance, hers is still coming. And like, there might be more on the list, I don't even know, like, a couple of things still coming. Anyways, I'm excited for my mom's. I'm hoping that one thing is correct, but I don't know which is. My mom is getting Snoopy slippers, and I'm hoping that they're grippy. And stuff. Because if they're not, then, and like every time she gets up to like use the restroom, and we have to take them off because the last time we did non-grippy socks, she slipped and fell. So we stopped doing that. Okay, let me check this pocket really quick. Okay. So for a second, it's this, which I actually don't need anymore, but my mom's making me keep it. The reason I don't need, so it was something that my mom made for me a really long time ago, like right around the timing that I lost my first tooth, which, fun fact about my first tooth, we lost it and we actually lost it. What I mean by that was that, me and my dad were out actually doing a bunch of like Christmas shopping, I think it was, or something happened. We were out and about. We went to like a restaurant. And we went to Dollar Tree. And what happened was that we didn't even realize I lost it. Literally what happened was we ate at a restaurant, and then we went to Dollar Tree, and we were in Dollar Tree, and all of a sudden my dad's like, he gives me this mirror that like he randomly found, and he's like, look in the mirror. So we did, and we discovered I lost my tooth, and it actually went missing. We didn't realize for like a good, I want to say like 15 or 16 minutes or so, that we didn't realize a tooth was missing. And there wasn't any bleeding or anything, which is very weird because all of my teeth always end up bleeding a little bit, but not even that bad. Actually, I'm gonna stretch this. And this one. Then I'm going to show you how to get it back. So what you do is you actually just kind of push it, and then it crinkles a little bit, and then I will show you how to fix that. Then you roll it with your hand. And then you got it back. So whenever you just push it back in, it's going to crinkle, and then you roll it with your hand, and then it's good to go. But I'm excited for the earrings to get here. And it kind of works out because I'm, at first, literally, I'm going to be honest, it's the only reason I even got my ear pierced was to wear JoJo earrings. And then one thing led to another. When me and my sister went, they were sold out. And I couldn't find them on the board, which was weird. And then one thing led to another. Or to wear for Christmas last year, my parents got me a pair off of Etsy, I think, or something. And then I wore them constantly. I was obsessed with them. And then they broke. They literally broke. So, little tip for you. Don't get JoJo earrings unless they're dangly ones off of Etsy. Because mine, they seemed really, really good. And then they literally just randomly broke. And it wasn't like I was messing with them a bunch or anything. Literally, I was just wearing them. And then what happened was one broke. Actually, I think it was this side. Broke. And then, a couple days later, it might have been, I think it was 2 days later, I don't even know or remember, or the other one broke. And so for a 2-day time period, maybe shorter, maybe longer, I don't fully remember. Or I had 2 different earrings in because I didn't want to change out the other one because I'm there's no point and stuff. It was a process and it was a mess. But yeah, it was a mess. And for me, it was, it wasn't fun. And then I ended up changing it out. Because I had to. And I freaked out because I thought the point was stuck in my ear. It kind of was, but there was a piece of metal attached to it. So but right now, I want to kind of talk and tell you a story time. Sorry, I was messing around with my phone hold, which I only got it because it was on clearance. Sorry, I was taking this random sticker off of it. But today I got to watch Siva Dance Pop Revolution. So that, I did want to point out something kind of silly that happened that, it wasn't silly, it was just kind of, not the greatest thing ever, which was that the first 3 episodes came out last week. And all 3 episodes you could watch if you got just basic Peacock. Like, basic Peacock. But then, so here's the thing, is that there's 3 different things for Peacock. There's basic Peacock, which is free, and then there's like a premium, which is like $4.99 a month, and then there's a deluxe or something, or some other one that's like $9.99 a month, which gives you everything. But the thing is that, so I watched the first 3 episodes when they came out last week, and then episode 4 was coming out today. And I went to watch it, and it said you needed the premium. And I got so annoyed about that, because I'm like, they should have it set like either or just basic and you get all the episodes with basic, or premium and you get all the episodes with premium, like something. Like, it shouldn't be like, oh, some you can get with one for free, but then you have to pay to get the rest of them or something. But then what ended up happening with that, my dad being the amazing dad that he is, got it for me. Like, and it's a really good episode, I'll tell you that. There's a lot of twists and turns. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to say there's a lot of fun surprises, and it's a really good episode, and my favorite episode, actually. I love all the episodes, though. Episode 1 is like, I feel like with episode 1, it was incredible because, it's like, episode 1's incredible in its own way, and you kind of get to meet everyone on the show, and so episode 1 was more like, get to meet everyone on the show, see who goes home. Then with episode 2, I loved the creativity in the dances, and it showed that, like, in episode 2, it showed that JoJo and Jess can be really, it showed kind of the incredibleness that they are as people. Like, because they did 2 different dance routines, everyone got to dance and stuff, but like, they just made it work, and it's amazing. And then episode 3, I have to say episode 3, I enjoyed the dance a lot. I really enjoyed all of the dance, but like in episode 3, I loved the concept of like something that I am going to spoil one little thing, which is that in episode 3, what they did was for the dance, everyone, so they had one lead. They had one lead, and then they had everyone else dancing. And what they did was everyone dancing had like fabric on the back of their costume and stuff, and then the lead didn't. And then so what they did was they made it seem like almost like everyone else besides the lead was like, it made it look like a skirt, like a giant dress. So it looked like only one person, but then all of a sudden, like, you discover that it's actually a lot of people, and it's just really cool. Like it's hard to explain, but it looks really cool. They just, figured out how to explain it easier. They made it a bunch of people disguised as a skirt, and then the one lead. And it was amazing. And then there's episode 4, which is my favorite episode yet, because there were so many twists and turns. And it's just great. But I want to get into a story that I'm not going to go in full detail, because I did make a live stream and go in full detail earlier, but a story which is kind of what I felt when I moved from Cartwheels, because a lot went into that, and there's a lot that I want to explain. Which is first step for me. I always have been confident in some way, shape, or form. And I have had family members actually say that they could never do what I do. And truth is, it's hard. And it really is hard what I do. But because and sometimes there are things that like come with it that aren't the greatest and stuff, but I always seem to just go through it like no problem. Like it's always like, yes, it's not always easy. Yes, there's moments when I'm like, this is a lot, because there are moments like when I'm songwriting and like getting ready to put out a music video. I'm kind of like, I'm like, there's always that little thought in my head that like, I hope people like this, because I like this. It's something I'm proud of. I hope people like this. That's because it does kind of get disappointing when you put so much work into something that you love and then nobody else loves it, But for me, luckily, that hasn't really happened, so that's good. But there are hard moments, and with this, a lot comes with it. There is kind of that constant thought in your head of I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go on Instagram today, and I might see a hate comment or something not the greatest or something. Which I've been lucky. I don't really get a lot of it. I got in 2 hate comments, and they weren't even that bad. And one wasn't directed towards me, I don't think. And it was directed towards Abby because I was talking about how thankful how much I love Abby Lee Miller, because she really is a great teacher, and she really wants me to be the best that I can be. And then, but the thing is, that there is a lot with that, but it also, but the other one wasn't even that bad, which I said it millions of times, I'm going to say it again, which was that someone said people must be embarrassed by you. And I literally blocked the person, moved on with my day. So what I do, you definitely have to have confidence in a way, but there's always ways to fix it where that's not the case. And that makes sense. You can turn off your DMs and your comments. I don't. Because here's the thing, is that I use hate to my advantage. I use it to make me more powerful, to give me a reason to work even harder. And so, that's something that I always do. But the thing is that, a lot comes with it. And a lot, so there are harder moments, but what was happening with that in dance, it was getting to the point where I love Abby. Abby literally is incredible. She is top notch. She wants me to succeed. She is hard on me sometimes. There are moments when she's where she'll kind of say something that's a little bit hard, or but it's correction. She's never said anything mean or bad about me. Literally every once in a while she'll give me a correction if I'm messing up on something. And it's just a little note, so I know how to fix it, which isn't bad at all. But she is hard on me because I feel like because I'm an Abby favorite, it makes me have to work a lot harder. it makes me work a lot harder because it almost pushes me, because it kind of comes down to where now I have that extra thing of like knowing Abby believes in me and I can't let her down. So I gotta follow my dreams. I gotta put the work in, and that's okay. And that's great. It only makes me better. But for me, like what I do, it does get hard sometimes, and that's part of life. But it's so worth doing. I wouldn't, like, literally at this point, I almost have to say I wouldn't trade anything for this. Like, there's nothing that is better than this. And I have to say, like, in a way, if I had to pick between doing my career, doing what I love in my career, and my crush, I really don't know what I would pick. Because there's multiple things that play into place. Like, with this, it's my career, it's what I have a future in, and stuff, and it's like with this, nothing is gonna match up to this in the way that this is. But with my crush, it's something that like, he literally, I couldn't love him more. Like, is the thing, and I say this constantly. Like, I truly believe something, and I said this in a live stream that I did earlier, and I want to share it on here too, which is that sometimes, every once in a while, like, my dad will be like, I say something about, like, is it okay if I talk about your autism and stuff? Like, and I'm like, it's actually, I put it this way. And I'm always like, yeah, it's fine. But if I didn't have autism, life would be a nightmare. I love having autism. Because, first of all, I don't have a bad case of it, but it's enough to where if, and I'm saying this really quickly, it's enough to where, like, I relate to it better. Like, let me put it this way. It's something that nobody can relate to my crush and understand the situation as much as I will. Or anyone who has it. And there's a lot of people out there who know a lot about it. A lot of people that, like, try to help and stuff. But nobody understands it the way that someone who has it does. And this is the story that I want to get into, which is, at one point, it came up once, never came into conversation again. At one point, my doctor said that there's a chance that I may not have it. And when he said that, my heart just crushed. Like, I just got crushed pretty much. Because I'm like, that is literally one of my worst nightmares. And the reasoning is because I basically show no signs of it. Like, other than the fact that I'm shy and I like to fidget. And that, like, fidgets are a popular thing. A lot of people love to fidget. And also, like, I'm saying that he said that there's a lot of people that he works with that show the same thing and they don't have it. And so, like, but luckily it never came into conversation again, which I'm very happy about, because if it did, and it, like, but the thing is that a different doctor that at one point I went to for something, and I don't even remember or anything, was the one that said that I had it. And and they were actually very, very smart about it, and they seemed to know what they were doing. So for me, it wasn't like a big deal. But like even then, but nobody relates to it better. And so in Afro, I'm gonna make a part 2 to this.